Mic check. How you doing, folks? What is up? Just checking my levels. It's your captain speaking. Mic check. What's going on? It's your captain speaking, the American Anchor Baby. What's up, y'all? I say we get going. It's your captain, okay? We're here in the lab today. We're taking it easy. It's going to be loosey-goosey Thursday here. A nice loosey-goosey Thursday. What can I say? I'm glad to be back on White History Month. You're pretty much all here. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. My people on YouTube. How you doing? We're in the lab. We're chilling. We got things to get into today. What can I say? You know, sometimes we had a good week of main topics and kind of like thematic shows. Not a real main one today, so we're gonna do a little bit of this and that. And what better setting? What better set and setting than the lab? Okay, so thanks. How you doing? What's up, Kill the Ego? We got our people here. What's up, Canada? NORAD's in the house. Right on. What's up, Kevin? Mods in the chat. Frank, C-Sal, nice to see ya. Buddy, shout out to you. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Showing some decorum, showing some manners, as it's called. Is my mic crazy loud? Mic check. Showing some manners, okay? Call it decorum. Say hello. Can you say hello? Alrighty, yeah, Canada's burning. I hear about those. Yeah, I definitely heard about those fires. What's up? Yeah, what's up, Rob? Thank you. Appreciate you all tuning in. I'm gonna have the lines open in any moment. Shortly, imminently. You could call in, by the way. 844. Pardon. 844-900-2229. Line should be open. And we're in, folks. That's 844-900-2229. You got something on your mind, something you want to talk about. Burning topic, some questions. If you think it's 8887, no, it's not the usual number. If you are confused, you should see it on your screen. 844-900-2229. And what else? Are you taking calls? The lines are busy. They're open now, Jermaine and others. Okay, they're going now. And I see your calls coming in. We got a few coming in. We're going to get to all of you. We are going to get to you, okay? Um, Anchor Baby, I can't find the no work it song. What are you talking about? I don't know which song you're talking about. I wish I could give you the song. Work it. Let me think. Yes, callers, I'll get to you. Appreciate the patience. But what can I say? Where was I? I was saying hello. Okay, we were showing some decorum. Opening up the lines. Saying hello. Doing our housekeeping. What am I hearing? I'm hearing like noises. It's my own mic, I think. Okay, hold on. Calm down. We did our housekeeping. And I was just welcoming you, okay? I was just welcoming you to the stream. I mean, it's a little chill stream. We got a number of things I want to get into. And not like a main topic, but we're going to fly here, fly there. And your calls, okay? And your super chats, buymeacoffee.com/anchorbaby. And, of course, on YouTube, Rumble. Incredible. I don't know where I want to start. It's a loosey-goosey Thursday. Trump is speaking later. Way later tonight. When is that happening, by the way? They are talking about Trump and an imminent address to the nation. And it's about spicy topics. President Trump's speech, New York Times. Do we have to do our trick? The president is to speak today. Scheduled to deliver a primetime address, so 9 p.m. Eastern time. Did I have? Okay, loud and clear. Doo-doo butter. Okay. It's a special kind of butter. A foreign, international product you're not familiar with. But yeah, primetime address, which I don't actually know. 6 Pacific time, possibly. President Trump scheduled to deliver a primetime address covering election security and voting machines. A potential escalation of his unsubstantiated claims of widespread manipulation and rigging of U.S. elections. That was, you couldn't even talk about that for a while, remember? That's what I remember. I remember there being interesting things about it. And then you weren't allowed to talk about it. And no, weren't allowed to even consider it at all. And I think that pushed, I know it pushed me a little bit. And maybe that's wrong because that's not a good heuristic. That's not the truth. But it pushed me a little bit to, well, what are they hiding? And here's the thing about that. I don't even usually allow something like that. But consider the standard here. Because in my mind, it was simply this. You're telling me there's no fraud at all. This is stuff that people would talk about openly before. They wouldn't say it was necessarily huge. So when they suddenly came out and said, everything you're seeing is false about this, and you can't even talk about it. There he goes again with his heuristic. It's always with his heuristic, this Anchor Baby. So, look, he's going to talk about it today. We're going to hear him. That's what's up. Okay? One thing I like about Trump is that he sticks to what he believes is true. If you want to be like unsubstantiated, but you don't know why, then who's the one that doesn't really know? I mean, you could say he's lying, but a lot of people never really cared. That's the funny thing about it. No one ever really cared to know for themselves. Because, yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't either, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, you guys are making me laugh in the chat. I can't weave it all into riffing, but I see you. I see you and I love you. Attorney General nomination. Okay, so these are other news, but that's a little bit of that. I do want to get to my calls. I got some calls and some little bit of this and that for you. Because, man, they hate greatness. And it's sickening. It's sickening how they hate greatness. But when you operate from greatness and from the light, you just watch the evil world Gnaw and gnash at the great ones of the world. Hey, this is thematic. Trump. You could think that too. Trump. Who am I talking about? And you just watch them destroy themselves. It's sad. We got people who were born in America hating their home, saying, oh, we're going to make all of America Muslim, and they were born here. You heard about this Sneeko guy? I actually had him on the Lee Peterson show years ago. I'm starting to see some of his clips, and I didn't think much of it. I knew he was like Muslim, like turned Muslim, and I didn't think much of it. Why would I don't think much about other men like that. Like, I'm going to pay attention, and maybe he'll come back to Christianity, or he doesn't mean it. It's just now I'm seeing all of his clips, and I find him a very interesting character, a very interesting person, actually. He was born here, and he's like, we're going to make America Muslim. How does that happen? They're hating on the great ones. Caitlin Clark, and it looks like the government's getting involved. Caitlin Clark, the whole Caitlin Clark fiasco. It looks like it's got politicians involved. And then this stuff about Todd Blanche, the current acting U.S. Attorney General. They're on day 2 of confirmation hearings, okay, about this Senate Judiciary Committee today, and they're grilling him. This witness, they call her an Epstein survivor, is grilling him. This other senator or some other dude, I forget his name, is also grilling him, saying, we cannot confirm this individual until he promises to meet or meets with the survivors of it. Like, what? It's ridiculous. So we got a little cornucopia. You got a little cornucopia. A cavalcade of sorts. Call it a cavalcade of themes and topics. Okay, enough with the hamming it up. How you doing? Happy Thursday. And some of this and that, okay? JD was talking about Epstein too, and he calls himself a Epstein conspiracy theorist, something like that, which I found kind of like self-serving and craven on one side, because he's like Trump's VP. He's supposed to be a super mag. I love this guy. This guy changed my life. I used to hate him, but no, I don't mean it actually. And I'm glad to be his VP, and we got the same vision. And this Epstein stuff is such a IQ filter. JD with the big smart guys at the little tech with his friends at Palantir, they tell me, you don't see the hoax, and he's gonna go around and say and play both sides because he knows the public feels a certain way about the Epstein stuff because they're stupid. And then he's like, I'm a bit of an Epstein conspiracy theorist, but on the other side, he was actually saying something kind of interesting on Joe Rogan about it. I mean, is it that interesting? I don't know, but this is the cavalcade, okay? So kick back and relax a bit. Damn it, AI. Heuristic is a mental shortcut or rule of thumb used to solve problems or make decisions quickly. Amazing, okay? So what else? That's a little bit of this and that. We got calls 844-900-2229. Happy Wine History Month. Appreciate y'all being here. By the way, can we please look? When something is done correctly, when something is done. Okay, I wish it was at the beginning of White History Month, but when it's done correctly. And it's worth showing to you. Can we just show you these hats, please, folks? Come on. High quality embroidery. So classy that I don't think people could even get mad at you. You're like, it's just like July feels white. It's just like, look at how classy that is. And let's say it's like, well, I'm never going to wear that anywhere. Are you crazy? Are you insane? You don't understand. Did you see it on the desk? Did you see it kind of like, it's a great little adornment. It's a fantastic little adorning piece that you can have. Look at this classy white. And again, this was, the attention was put into this to make sure that digitizing this into stitched embroidery with a nice flag. The flag doesn't come out like this, by the way. We're going to update this with I should maybe update this with some physical product photos. You got to understand, the flag, this is just like generated by this program or whatever. It comes out clean. It's a run stitch on the stars, and it's all nice and tight. It's good stuff, folks. Okay, JesseLeePeterson.shop. Show off the hats. Put it as an adornment. Snapback, one size fits all. 3 colors. Very clean. Amazing. So, and celebrate 250. Celebrate 250. I mean, this is kind of a one-of-a-kind way to celebrate 250. I don't care what anybody says about that. That's just true. This does not exist. But you understand, it's very unique. And I could confirm it helps Bond too. Plus, in the price of the silver here. So, just shouting it out. We're here in the stove. It's just cool. It's just cool stuff. Okay. Happy White History Month. We're gonna get into a few things, and I want to shout out Lin Yan Chin, man. Appreciate that. Big super chats from Lin Yan Chin. Says YouTube is refusing to let me super chat what I told you I would. How about I give you How about I give you one than this, maybe bigger one than this, for you to share what you already know? Is this enough? Wow, big super chats, Lin Yan Chin, man. Thank you. Are you talking about our previous conversation? Because you mean about your fitness? About leveling up? Oh, I got you. I could read this out if you like. Lin Yan Chin. See, he also says, tell Lord Goodhair that my super was canceled because of the numbers, not because of clear censorship or crude or non-politically correct. He's saying he's blacked. I think he infamously says he's low IQ. Nice. Hey, right on. Are Canadian dollars big? I think at one point the Canadian dollar overtook that was like a little moment, if y'all remember, back in the day, some years ago. And then it was gone. And it never came back. Canadian dollar actually overtook the American dollar by itself. Like somehow, I don't even know what that is. I don't know the story about that. I just remember being a kid and seeing that in Canada. So yeah, Lin Yan Chin. You know, he sent me this because I forget what he calls it. I forget what you call it, man, but he has a very interesting, I don't know, I just personally never seen it, but it makes total sense. Just this like interesting physical circuit, just fully with his own body, no weights. And he maintains a pretty interesting level of fitness just doing this this circuit. And I don't know if this is what your super chat's about. My bad. I don't think necessarily that's what your super chat's about, but he does this. Just imagine doing a number of push-ups, then pull-ups, then sit-ups, and then squats. A number of reps in a set, and then you do another set and you increase the reps for each set, and you just nonstop. You just nonstop until you can't anymore, like a machine. You try and get as many reps. I'm not explaining it well, but he says, I think he's giving me like some stats where he's at. Preview of my next Super Chat series, 4:27 a.m. start time. Finished at 4:36:22 a.m. Rising from first to 260th rep. Yeah, it is this. In 562 seconds. That's 260 divided by 562. So that's what? 0.462 blah, blah, blah repetitions per second. Or reps per second. That's 27 RPM. He's like this motor. It's like, I just didn't know that it could be that accessible and easy to be athletic, like in just like a little spot, in like a little space. So you could talk ish, but can you do this? 54% faster last year in 39-minute run of 1,000 of the 1,664 rep every other morning. That was aerobic phase. The days between was anaerobic, 19 to 20-minute run of 880, which is equals around 46 to 44 RPM, but 17-minute best run. Even in the aerobic format, the smooth acceleration across first 352 leads to an RPM of 49. This is confusing me. For the following 888, where deceleration then takes hold from 1240 to 1,664. The core method, phase lock diaphragm and heart rate to exactly feel range versus cost of motion in every breath. Exactness of posture and tension regulation. You got, I don't know what that even means somewhat actually. But your circuit is clear, like how to do it. And it's super interesting. I've just been doing weightlifting again, but I might stop it too much for your ADD. I know, Linya Chin, you know me better than that. You got to make it clear for presentation. But you're making me want to do it again, like a machine, like a RPMs in a motor. It's dope. Man, what the heck? I don't have a fan in here. I got to figure out some stew upgrades. We got Canada on the air, 844-900-2229. I appreciate your call, Canada. Who am I speaking with?
Nick, how are you, sir?
What is up, Jermaine?
Not much, you know.
Pleasure, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if California, if the smoke is traveled out from Canada to California.
Okay, so
that far?
Hollywood is flooding. There's fires in Canada, and I didn't know anything about any of that. So I'm clearly under a rock. What is going on in Canada?
I'm not too sure. I just know there's fires in Gatineau. That's about it.
Gatineau. I forget what that is. Oh, that is Quebec.
Yeah, it's close. Like, it's close to the capital here in Ottawa. Like literally, like you can just walk over to the other side.
Huh. So big fires, Gatineau, and I'm hearing people in America, like down south, like we're talking New York and stuff, are having all the smoke from it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, today it's better weather, but I don't know if New York is just getting the back end of it right now. It was so bad yesterday, it's crazy.
No, I just heard about it all today, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much calling about the video. I'm not sure if you took a look at it yet.
Okay, the one you sent me?
Your thoughts on this one. Yeah.
Okay, I did actually watch it. And, I mean, I don't know what to think besides, like, it sounds like a tough character that I wish this little anime girl was, like, our president or something, our general. or our like, so I don't know, immigration, some sort of secretary, right? So I don't know, however they wrote this little, like, I don't know what the anime's about, but this little tiny blonde anime general girl is going off about a number of things, and about like kind of a little bit of like human nature and stuff. I don't know what's her deal, like what's her position? Why doesn't she wear this getup?
Let me give you a backstory then, because it's kind of off, because you haven't seen it, so I have to give you a little bit of backstory so you understand where this little girl is.
But in one scene, basically, to summarize, in one scene, I saw her say stuff about like immigration. Basically, she was like a tough immigration restrictionist in one scene. I'm like, okay, make her president. And in this one, she's talking about like human nature and being slaves to your instincts and stuff. So who the heck is this? Go ahead.
So this person is a person that follow the rules. He never breaks the rule because in his previous life he's living a different life now because it's a guy. He was in the corporate business. He fired a guy, and that's why it was mentioned that it's not really. He was saying it's a memory that she forgot. She said that in the line. But what happened? Why he got pushed? So he fired a guy from where he was working. He was the CEO, and he was in charge of running the business. He fired the guy because the guy was lacking, not doing what's supposed to do. He's like, no point keeping you around, you know. Fired the guy. He's going home now. It's like New York. You're at the train station waiting for the train. He's reading a book, and the guy was lurking in the background, follow him all around, just like the game you were playing where you defeat the guy. The guy.
Okay, yeah, Black
He
Peter.
waited for you.
Treacherous
He
Black
waited for you
Peter
and
going
ambushed
after
you.
Henry. That was messed
So
up.
this guy was lurking in the crowd, watching this guy from a distance. And when he wasn't paying attention, he pushed him in the train. The train was coming. He pushed him in the train, and then the scene froze. And God was talking to him, and God was like, "Listen, you guys have everything you want in this world. You forgot about me." And he was saying, "Listen, I don't believe in God. Look, we have everything. We have entertainment. We have money. We have everything we could ask for. Why do we need God?" And he's like, "Oh, that's how you feel." So he reincarnated this guy and put him into a war era. So now, because he's saying only poor people rely on God, the rich doesn't, because the rich, they have their life. Only poor, miserable and poor people rely on God because they have to, right? The guy's like, okay, you have everything at your fingertips. I'm going to take everything away. So he reincarnate this guy as a little girl. He's poor, so you have to rank up and you have to fight to survive. And for him to survive, he has to rely on God's power. So
And
that's
what
how
is
that
relying
comes
on
about.
God's power in this universe?
You have to pray to God.
Okay, I got you. They make it more like physical. It make for a better anime. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. And so he's this little, and so he's able to like still make his way up and be like a very important character, obviously, because they look like a general or some sort.
And he has all his memories from his previous life. So
Well,
it's
that
interesting.
explains the what I'm looking at. Yeah, but what this
Yeah.
person was saying was this person now saying that they. It sounded like they were still pretty bitter. Or did this guy
You
learn
know,
their
it
lesson
might.
in this speech that you sent me? Because they were saying about like human nature. I've seen when talent, when the soldiers give himself, when they give themselves over to anger. I've seen vengeance. Like he's basically saying, I've seen the worst of people, right? But I didn't quite get
Yeah.
the conclusion there.
So
Like,
so that scene was they were going for the enemy, and the enemy now has but till they have pretty much same. They're flying with the gear and they touch down on the people there when I say ice pulling up an illegal aliens. Now some of the illegal that wants to conquer the other land, they're communists too. Those people that this girl is fighting against, they're
uh
communist people, right? So they end up having similar gear to the what the girl has, right? So now they're fighting in the air, and some of the communists shoot down the guy's teammates. So that draw that guy to have anger towards the communists, and he lost his mind. No thought. He's not present anymore. He just lost in anger, and it took him over. So she was explaining that she's seen that before, and she forgot that same instinct that human beings have on a bottom line. No matter how intelligent we are, no matter how much so society has evolved and this utopia that we want to create. No matter how much we evolve to that, we still have that instinct of revenge and anger that would take over you. And so she's explained that she's seeing that in the world and in her own soldiers where they lost every sense of what they're really fighting for and the outcome of the war and stuff like that.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, but yeah, true say, sir. So yeah,
yeah, it was
trusting
interesting.
God. Do you trust God?
Me?
Yeah, you.
If I trust God, that's an interesting question. Hmm. I don't know. I would say I trust God. I wouldn't say, I just, I know He's there, and I just let it be. He will deal with things. So I guess that would consider trust in God, but I think those are just words, you know? Just knowing is better than just trusting, I think.
And what's that?
Knowing,
Hmm.
let Him go. I've tried all my life to make my life work, and it never worked because I think what I was trusting was my own mind and thoughts, and it was the devil because they'll promise me, "Oh, you do this, you'll get this," but it never happened. Never. Maybe at some point it will happen, but it was never. It was never happiness because I had a nice car, a nice girl, and it never worked out. Something was still missing, you know. So now I just let things happen, and that's about it.
Cool. I was gonna ask you something else. Do you know if Jesus forgave sins?
You know, you guys were talking about this on the show today,
We were.
and
Oh yeah, someone mentioned that.
yeah,
I think.
he came up on the show today, and I was like interested because I
I'm just.
remember I wanted to understand this so
I
bad
forget if you're a
that I just
Christian or
let it
not.
go.
I just know little about this, and it's just something on my mind. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, no, Jesus can't forgive sin. Even though he says, "I want you to know that the Son of Man on earth has the Son of Man have the authority on earth to forgive sin." That's interesting,
Wait,
right?
sorry. Wait,
But
what did you just say? Say that again. Jesus said this.
the yeah, yeah, that the Son of Man on earth has the authority to forgive sin. I may not be quoted perfectly, but something along those lines.
Oh wait,
I
what?
was like, interesting, you know, because he was talking to the Pharisees at that time, and I'm like, interesting, you know, when you realize that we are the problem because we be judging people, and when you're able to let go, and it's not even you forgiving, you know, it's just the Father in you is showing you that you were wrong, just like oh we were wrong for judging our mothers, and you forgive them, and then He forgive us, and we'll set free. Because when I forgive my mom, and my dad, I felt like I was walking in cloud after, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Thanks for that. I was just wondering.
yeah.
Can you call me again?
Always, man. What the?
What the? You ever watch Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah,
You
I've
made me think
watched.
of when they're like talking about what makes up a man, like the parts of making up a man, and the ingredients. But you know,
Oh yeah,
they try to make a person, and it's like a big sin, and it didn't work.
they
But
they
sir,
made this crazy
yeah, like
people. Yeah,
yeah, true say. Call me again, man.
yeah. Sure, Nick. Have a good show, man.
Yes, sir. Jesus, I don't know what I was thinking about. I mean, I was thinking about that because it was brought up earlier. I got a buddy who's getting all into the Trinity, and I was talking about what was it? It was just I remember that was like debate that was being debated earlier. No, like did Jesus forgive sins? And if he did, well, that makes him God or something, right? Because it's like how can a mere man have the power of God? Like it's like that's the power of God. And then Jermaine just made me trip out. Well, not trip out. Like Jermaine just hit me with something because I was like looking it up, And I found multiple places where Jesus is like, your sins are forgiven and all that. And I was reading on to some of them, and I'm like, well, it's not what people think. Jermaine had the key on this one. I mean, your sins, get up. Oh, he's talking to the paralyzed man here in this one. In Matthew, it's in Mark, Matthew, and Luke, I guess. But which is easier to say to this paralyzed man, your sins are forgiven, or to say, get up, take your mat, and walk? But I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. I mean, isn't he saying there like, he's saying he's being given his authority? How do you get authority is given to you? By that which is higher in the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, duh. This is going to sound maybe crazy. Because it's like, where are you getting this from? But doesn't that sound so like what the Son of Man would do? Where the heck am I getting this from? Isn't that totally what the Son of Man, a Son of Man would do? The Son of the Father, not the Father, but the Son of the Father, he and his Father are one. Isn't that totally what he would do? He'd go around seeing all these people who believe they're sinners, and he would be like, wow, you're not a sinner. I could see the truth. You're not what you think you are. Be free. Your sins are forgiven. And you could totally see other people on the outskirts who are like all into this debate and all this like all this writing and I'm a Pharisee. We got religion. And they're like, what? You can't do that. The book says you can't. And meanwhile, he's not saying he's God. He's just saying, bro, all this crap you've been thinking is a lie. All this crap that these religious creeps have been telling you, all this crap that you've been like enslaved by is a lie. You can be free right now. You could do it right now. I don't know I don't know why I feel that way, but isn't that like, that's so Son of Man, bro? That's like so Son of, that's insane what I'm saying. Like, whatever. I don't read the Bible. I read the Bible, but not like that. I'm just like, if God had a son, he would totally be like that. He'd be like, dude, what are you talking about? You're forgiven for that. Stop. What are you talking about? You're forgiven for that. What are you talking about? And I can hear like the argument now. And it's like, well, no, sins were forgiven after he died, after he was died and resurrected. So I don't know how to make sense of that, okay? You got to tell me. You got to help me out here. I'm not trying to judge you, Trinitarians. I'm just asking sincerely. What does, like this sincere, I'm not judging. What does all this have to do? What did Jesus say? He said, be sinless, be perfect, be born again. What else did he say? He said, forgive. What is that? What is... Let us make man in our image, and for the triune, he's one in unity, but three persons. What does that have to do? And this 1,000-year debate of the lineage of Peter, because popes are supposed to be descended from Peter, and it's like a 1,000-year debate. Or like sincerely, because maybe you guys don't know. It's like maybe you guys have been studying this. You're like, no, Nick. You don't just reading between the lines. It's the answer is in there for what you're seeking. Call me. But what does all that have to do with being born again? For what Jesus said, forgiving, being free, the kingdom is within. That you're my brother, greater things you will do. What is the answer to it? Aren't you worried that you don't have the answer to that? Aren't you worried that you don't have the answer to that and you're still stuck 1,000 years debating, what is all this? Like, I'm not judging this now. I said, what is all this? I'm not judging my buddy here. Look. I don't know. I'm getting inculcated into what y'all be reading. Any Trinitarians in the chat? Any Jesus God in the chat? Because have you read through this? I didn't know you guys had manifestos. I didn't know you guys had communist manifestos and the protocols of Zion that you guys have been sharing with each other on the proofs. So God is one in unity, but three persons. Let us make man in our image. Genesis 1:26. Click here for a detailed outline of Genesis 1:26. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." Plural pronouns for God, used for God, proving the Trinity. Click here for a detailed study of plural references to God. Okay, that's back to this one. We'll come back to that. We're going to read all of this, okay, folks? Strap in. Strap in, baby. No. I've actually read a bunch of this for my buddy, and I respect him. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Call me. Call me. We got to talk about it. 2 plural pronouns, us, our, used 6 different times in 4 different passages. Remember, the word God, Elohim, is also plural every time it is used in the Old Testament. How do I be born again? These are the 4 passages where God speaks for himself and uses plural pronouns. Then God, plural Elohim, said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." How do I be sinless, man? I'm screaming for God here. Jesus Christ is our co-creator, who is the exact image of God. And by the way, let me be clear too. I'm also not even debating some of this because, for example, there's this idea that Christ always existed and he's eternal. I mean, I don't even know what to make of that. And I don't doubt it either. I don't know quite much what to make of that. But yet I don't necessarily doubt it. Okay? I don't necessarily doubt it. So, but yes, okay, so read the language, dude. It says multiple is what this is saying, right? It's like they call God multiple things. So they're saying it's multiple pieces. I don't know. What they're using plural nouns and stuff, not just like singular. So yeah, we're not gonna read through all this. But anybody, is this like making sense to anybody? Y'all are just like trying to y'all just like, nah, this is some nonsense you're listening to, Nick. This is some JLPism. The lineage of Peter is important, and and these books and these and by the way, how can you guys say that some translations can be wrong and yet say it's infallible? So anyways, what's up, Lillian Chin? You guys, back-to-back super chats. I do appreciate it, sir. He says, yes, my IQ is 72. And yes, Canadian dollar has to remain at maybe 70% of the U.S. value. I, too, recall the blip in our currency. Yeah, Lin Yan Chin, it's just the cash man could only support the Canadian economy for so long. Oliver's Jewelry and other businesses could not prop up the Canadian economy enough. Those were the golden years. And I don't know what happened. Now they say that Canada's like worse than, like poorer than like your average person in Alabama or something like that. Shout out Alabama, no hate.
Gold earrings, I'll give you cash. If you have diamonds, bring them to me. I'll give you cash. I love gold. Bring me your old gold and I'll give you cash. Because
Bro, we all wanted to be Oliver. We all wanted to be Oliver. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, you're not living like Oliver. You wish you were living like Oliver. All right, that's silly. This Canadian silliness. Lin Yan Chin, back-to-back super chat, says, Brain Ventilation Fund. Help. Donate. Please help. The Sparkle Blouse needs help. Yes. Annual wildfire every year since 5 years ago, hurting Sparkle Brain. Bro, have I joined the public here, Lin Yan Chin? I forgot to mention, these things happen all the time and they want to make it a big deal. Like it's not natural, just nature, not climate change hysteria. So where was I? I mean, we didn't even get into some of the cavalcade of topics, but can we just get through this? Did you guys see yesterday's game? Did you see yesterday's game? England, Argentina, it's all over, man. The brilliance of Messi on display. You don't have to say anything, man. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. Paragraphs. The brilliance of Messi on display. Argentina beat England 2-1 in a heck of a match, okay, folks? It was great. And we're not going to rehash it. I mean, I'm having trouble, too, because I'm going through my links, and it's looking like a lot of the media is being blocked, and that makes sense because they're probably sharing quick clips on X.com before the copyrights came down. So we'll see what I can even say. We'll see what actually good moments I can show you, but the relevance really to you, the relevance maybe to all of you is simply they hate greatness, folks. They hate greatness. And it's sickening to see people who don't even have any reason to hate. No reason at all. Just say you loved England. They played. They only have themselves to blame. Even Kane agrees. Your star, you guys are like, I love England. Harry Kane even agrees. Once we went 1-0 up, we seemed to just try and hold on, which at this level is just not enough. Harry Kane. And they want to make stuff up. It's sickening to see. It's almost exactly the spirit, the evil spirit that's on the world that made me believe in God. You're like, Nick, it's just soccer. This issue's, it's not that deep to me. It's just that funny comment, the Mexicans at the gas station at Shell and the Mexican at the pizza place near Bond. We've been having conversations. You might know them from previous episodes. I've mentioned them. They're like, no, bro, soccer is deeper than politics sometimes. But when I saw this insane hatred to Trump for no reason from people that had no reason to hate, they didn't know. They had no reason to hate. Friends that they were in the same boat I was yesterday, and today they're like, killed out, put him in jail. I don't know what. Remember, they were saying the same things back then. Hillary, blah, blah. I'm like, what? You don't even know anything about these people. And I realized there was no reason. The reason before that, I assumed the individual in the world was driven by logic, by reason. And yes, sometimes other things prevailed. But to see this mass hysteria, I couldn't. No bacteria explained it. No virus. This mental mass hysteria of hating this man, Donald Trump, back then. I was like, what the heck? Evil exists. Evil must exist. Only the devil existing can confirm this. And then I was like, well, if the devil exists, God exists. Essentially, right? Okay, I mean, look, it's the same thing. They have no reason, bro. It's insane. They have no reason. And they make up conspiracies about Messi and Argentina. Instead of being like, wow, I just saw an incredible performance. It was all there for you. You just have to watch. You just have to watch and be like, wow, the better team won. And they're making stuff up. It's crazy. So I don't know who saw it. It looks like he's on his way to the final, Argentina versus Spain. It's whoa, what's going on with my stream? Okay. Argentina versus Spain. It's coming up. This Sunday. So we'll see what happens, right? I mean, I haven't been really rooting for anybody. I've just been knowing that Messi is the best. It's undeniable. And so even with my little, I rooted a little bit for Norway. I rooted a little bit for France, even England. And then yet, it doesn't matter who I root for. So it's like I'm not even rooting for. And I always thought it was funny how people got so into this. I just like the football. I like the football. They'll say, "Well, look how rude this player was. They don't deserve it. Look how rude Argentina is. Look at how they're rude to the other fans. They don't deserve." Like what? So you hate reality, the hierarchy of God. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know this about what's going on here about this soccer stuff, or is it just an American crowd? Okay, we saw America play, and I don't know about you, Nick. I don't know if you've read The Room, Nick, but we're kind of done with soccer. Okay, I get it, but I'm telling you, this is like spiritual. This is spiritual. Okay, this is God and the devil at play. I'm not a big soccer fan, but much of the world is. This World Cup has a blatant bias for Argentina. Maybe because Messi spent time in Israel, it makes the sport no longer matter when everyone knows there is cheating. Bro, do you even watch soccer? This is Ryan Dawson. I saw him like debate like Jews like a while ago. And then, that's what he does. He talks about like Israel. And so just stick to that, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Messi spent some time he spent time in like Palestine, and it just doesn't make sense. Ronaldo and all these other players spent time in Israel. Like it's ridiculous. There's evil afoot. Man, let's see if we get look. It's like the media is being blocked, so you can't even see some of these clips. Oh man, but they're making up stuff. They're even using AI. Let's see if we can find it. They're even using AI. Okay, yeah, there's this dumb rule. There's this rule now that you can't. It's no to racism rule. Are you familiar with this yet? I'm pretty sure I told you already. Or is it X for racism? FIFA. What is it? X for racism. This is the anti-racism gesture, okay? See, the new rule is you can't cover your mouth, because this is what used to happen. Between players, they would, you talk ish to each other. That's what happens at high level competitive play. Emotions are afoot. Some are worse than others. Some are more noble than others. It's all there, okay? It's all there. We know this. And so often players would go up to others, cover their mouth, and say some nasty stuff. Just think of the nastiest, most racist thing. Get in their head. Be the nastiest thing. FIFA made a new rule. You can't cover your mouth. You can't cover your mouth. It's an assumption of racism now. It's an assumption that you're just being racist. And if you cover your mouth and say something, if you as the opposing team can now go like this. You go like this. You're like, no, hey. And then the referee can stop. They can even VAR this. They can even use VAR for this and check if you covered your mouth. And you'll get a red card for it, folks. I don't like the rule. I don't necessarily like it. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it's stupid. But because they were talking ish for years and years, but then the black players, they felt bad for the black players, and it wasn't even like the black players who were complaining that much. I remember Mario Balotelli famously being very emotional about how he gets called monkey when he's doing corner kicks, and that gave it attention, but they were being crazy for decades, right? So I don't like the reason that they're doing it for. Racism? Are you joking me? And I don't even consider Mario Balotelli someone who really wanted this to happen. I really want this rule to happen. Maybe he'd even agree with me. But check it out. They do this. This guy, the English team, does this multiple times. Messi let it slide. You want to do conspiracies oh, you should have called this, should have called that. You could have had your teams gone. I'm so mad about this and all the other ish Argentina got away with. They're making compilations, and there's just as many fouls against Messi not called. It's crazy. I'm not going to rehash it all. I'm trying to move a little faster here. I realize there's a lot more to show and like detail, but I don't really care that much. I'm really hunting for this one moment, the most egregious one, just to move on. Look how they're doing Ronaldo. Look, it's obvious. You don't need to like do this fight anymore. It's obvious. You don't need to do this fight anymore, and I hate it because you got to talk ish about Ronaldo. Great player, but it's just true. Messi in one match is beating records that Ronaldo took 20 years to achieve. Okay, this is this moment between Messi and some guy, Spence. It's this moment they're saying is this crazy foul where Messi stomped on his leg, even though he got to the defender got to the ball. I'm trying to move on faster, okay? Because I get it. But look, they use AI they used AI. Look, here it is. Look what they have to resort to. They used AI. They were showing like, look, he stomped on him, right? This is the photo they were sharing. Look, clear evidence that Messi did stomp on him. This is the actual moment. His jersey's 25. Why does your shirt say 23, sir? You should have checked your AI. You should have checked your AI editing, buddy. That's a 23. Everybody knows Spence is 25. Dude, look what they have to resort to. And then they go around repeating the conspiracy. They go like, yeah, I don't know, but he's like favored. And they don't even know. They have no reason to hate. They have no reason to be like, well, I don't know why he should win. They have no reason to think that. They have no reason to think it. They hate great men, folks. The world hates great men. They don't anyways, but where was the moment where he smirked? The Messi smirk. Not the smirk, but there was a little spat he had with Bellingham. Okay? And the way he handled it, so gangsta. He doesn't yell at Bellingham back. He just goes, okay. Oh, you want to treat me like that? Okay. Look, I'm not making it up. Everybody who's professional knows what I'm talking about. Zlatan has no reason to just side with Messi. He doesn't know why. He probably can't hear this. I don't know why Tuchel made some changes. That's the manager, the coach, the manager for England. Zlatan is saying he doesn't understand why when England got that one goal, they just went pure defense and stopped playing the game. That's what he says in this. You can't hear it, and I can't make it any louder. So, like, bro. They gotta make stuff up. So, anyways. Oh, is it this one? Okay, wait. Bellingham, look. Look. For all the so-called fouls. Oh my God. There's another angle of that. You don't even understand what you just saw, folks. You don't even understand what you just saw. I'll present it to you in a second. I'm just trying to find that one moment, okay? Then we'll move on. Messi and Bellingham, and he goes just, okay. Oh, okay. Holy. Where is it? Bro. Bellingham, Messi. I bet you I'll find it now. Look. So cold. I don't know what they were saying to each other here, obviously. It's like, what? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Oh, you want to be like that? You want to be like? I'll let the foot do the talking. The little autist. Messi's like a little autist. Nick forgot he's live. Okay, we're done with the soccer in a sec. Bro, this you gotta understand. It's like hating great men. You don't see that? You don't see that connection? So that's that. I'll leave you with one final amazing moment. The brilliance. The brilliance. Aha, here it is. 4 England players. Oh, no, it's not this one. Okay, not that one. Damn. They cut off all the media on it, so we can't get it. But yeah. Nick's the one making the funk edits. Bro, my era was when all the soccer edits were still like EDM. That was the funk is the funk supremacy has taken over now. All the edits are the funk music now, which I'm not against. I don't even like I don't even care about soccer that much. Like, oh, I don't follow any teams. I just know greatness when I see it. That's it. And it's even more crazy to see how much they hate greatness. The world hates greatness. Nico, I thought you once said Hispanics pointed with their lips. Yeah, they do. Who told you that? Over there? No. Yeah, have you seen that? Yo. Like, especially when you're trying to be, like, low-key. Yeah, over there. Yeah. But even when you're not being low-key, even high-key. Pointing with your lips. You ever point with your lips, Alex? Who am I speaking with? I got somebody from California.
Point with your lips.
How you doing, sir?
That's more of a lady thing.
Oh, yeah?
I'm doing fine.
Nice. The Hispanics are pretty feminized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's well, the mama's a big part of the worship cycle in
huge.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was calling about was actually that soccer. It doesn't surprise me that soccer is like is getting more and more ridiculous, because the fake foul thing in soccer has always bothered me and always seemed very beta to me, and it's like that's what kind of has always kind of like made me not want to watch soccer or enjoy soccer, is because you see these guys doing these fake fouls all the time, and I realize it's become a part of the game, quote unquote, but it's just like, it's so pathetic to watch that, and it's not manly for dudes to pretend to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I get it. Sometimes they're actually genuinely hurt, but a lot of these guys are faking it. I would say at least probably half of the fouls I see are phony as hell. And that's not manly. Am I wrong?
I don't like it either. And it's, you just barely push someone and they'll fall forward. That's like the worst one, when they just touch your back and you fall forward. They get fouls for that all the time, and it's become part of the game. You'll see pros high five each other. Like Mbappe, he high fived Lamine Yamal when he got that penalty. He what do they call it, when he ran into somebody and got a penalty. And Mbappe's like, I basically taught you that. Like the pros high five each other because they're like, that was pretty shrewd, Like I don't like it either. And when before VAR, at least you could push through, right? Push through. But now if you're gonna stop the play and VAR everything, you're ruining this. I think they're ruining it. I didn't know what to think about VAR a little bit, but in the context of fouls, I think it's making it far, far worse. And yeah, they just
What's
try and VAR, video assistant referee. You can now. This is, I don't know if you heard about this. You familiar with this? Because if you were watching soccer some time ago, that's one of the known things about soccer. You don't stop the clock, right? And if whatever the referee says, it's what goes. There's no looking at a replay in slow mo and making a different call.
Okay.
Well,
Gotcha.
that's changed. Now a team can make certain calls, and a referee can go decide to look at VAR, and then change their call and change the call.
So it's like football, like challenging a play, throwing a challenge, and then they review it. Well, that's interesting. I mean, because I don't. That was to me like somewhat of a saving grace for football, even though that's getting feminized too because of all the political stuff being thrown in there. But
well, help me out here. You say it's a saving grace for football in what way? Because
I see what review, like where
you're telling me that helped
throw a challenge flag.
That helped the false calls.
I think so. I think because sometimes they do
I'm
get
seeing
overturned.
VAR wrong, I think.
Okay. I mean, because they do get overturned in football. Like if somebody makes a bad call, and whatever the coach or gets enough information quickly enough to before the next play begins, he can throw that challenge flag, and then he doesn't get if his challenge is not valid and the call stands, they get charged a timeout. But if the challenge is actually accurate and it turns out that the ref made a bad call, then they don't get charged a timeout, and the outcome of the play gets changed.
Interesting, man. Yeah, that's what they're doing in soccer, and some calls maybe are good and bad. I thought I even saw a call that was done with VAR that it looked worse in slow-mo. And so I thought the call was bad, but that was one call. That was just one call. I see what you're saying. I think it might be good, but I don't know. But it's totally getting feminized, man. Really, what you were saying, it's totally getting feminized.
My more broad point is like that sports is supposed to be a thing where you're putting your skill set against another person or team's set of skills, and the whole point of it is that the best team wins. That the ones who work the hardest, the ones who train the hardest, the ones who studied the game the most, they find a way to come out on top, and it's supposed to be something that is it's sort of genuine in terms of its results in competition. It's supposed to not be this thing that is not colored by all these other angles and things that are it's just sort of may the best man, woman win, whoever's competing. And when the more we take away from that and make it about something else, about these fake calls, these fake injuries, fake fouls, like you see it in basketball, you see it in soccer a lot, you see it in football to a certain extent, you see it probably the least amount in hockey, but I feel like, they're going after hockey with this. Are you familiar with the sort of gay romance novel things that they're doing with hockey nowadays?
No, what are you talking about?
Youngsters. There's a whole like gay romance novel scene going on with hockey, and it started with the Canadians, of course. They're trying to feminize and politicize hockey, and because I think they're having a hard time sort of emasculating hockey, and so this is the route that they're taking, because they've already kind of made all the other sports really feminine and weak, and and hockey's like sort of the final frontier, sort of like country music is the final frontier. Yeah, it's sort of like country music is the final frontier of making music lame. Country music's the only thing left.
They already did it, bro. Sorry.
Well, it's really
I don't
the
know
only
what
thing
you
that
mean,
actually
but
sells concert tickets.
oh,
But
as you're saying,
but
like
yeah,
unsuccessful.
hockey is this is a huge thing right now. I don't want to promote anything, but this is a big phenomenon with the sort of gay romance
What
hockey.
the heck? They hate
Yeah, it's very
anything
bizarre.
masculine.
What's that?
They destroy everything masculine. This is an interesting
Yeah,
angle, man, and I haven't quite thought about this, but it is very interesting because I think I noticed what you're saying. There's like this in just general terms, everything about like the actual merit of things, like actual football, the actual soccer. It's going away from that, and it's about other things, and that is interesting because I think I see that too. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna have to
really what
look
it's
into this
about.
like
It is
romance
very-
novel nonsense.
Oh man, it's big business. A lot of people are making money.
What?
It's
So it's not like a meme. They're making money out of this.
No, it's been made into movies and all kinds of stuff. It's really popular with the young girls and the gays and all that stuff. But a lot of people aren't even aware of that. But there's a massive amount of people that are. You know how these things go. They're trying to get the young ones as soon as possible.
Hockey romance novel, especially queer, driven into overdrive by Rachel Reed's heated rivalry. All right, folks, we're doing some homework here, man. What a fresh hells! What fresh hell is this? It's
Yeah,
like, Alex,
that
man,
one's hot off the
the presses,
there,
yeah.
buddy. Yeah. Okay.
Can
All
you
right,
call
we'll
me
see you,
again,
Nick. I
Alex?
appreciate you taking the call. Yeah, man. Have a good one.
Take care. Is it just me or do I have a bit of a delay? I think I have a bit of a delay. I might be having a bit of a delay here. Latency with the call thing. Nico, I'm glad someone's doing something about Caitlin Clark getting absolutely abused during games. It's disgusting. I mean, it seems to me like blatant, just blatant, that you have this individual who's just being attacked. And I get, I think personally, there's compilations of Messi getting like attacked even in this England game. No fouls, and he stays up, doesn't dive for the foul. Personally, I think that's happening a lot in soccer, but I think every professional has some sort of pride, and you can see compilations of them doing the diving and compilations of them staying up and keeping the play going. I think they're just people. Personally, I think they're just people, but. Yeah, I don't like that about soccer either. But Caitlin Clark, it seems almost blatant to me. On one end, it almost seems blatant because how is it that she has so much beef with every team? And it's like they're all trying to hit her. And that's because that's what her teammates are saying. And normally it's like, yeah, you have the greats, they hate the greats, and they're always trying to foul them, bring them down, especially. And they're always like, "What the heck, ref? Like, can somebody watch out for me?" But I also know black people a little bit, straight up, and they got a chip on the shoulder on white people, man. It's just, and now Caitlin Clark and women. So consider the crossroads here. It's women. You already got like vindictive, just vindictive, no honor. And you got black people. They hate white people. You're telling me this female white girl is getting more attention than us? Da da da. Do you know how nasty people are? And the nastiest the people in the world who are willing to be like nasty and violent to others are the people who believe those things. Those that hated Charlie Kirk and all that. They believe these conspiracies about white people. So, yeah, so I kind of believe that she's getting it like unfairly here. NBA great ignites Caitlin Clark racism feud with blistering attack on Republicans who said she is targeted for being white. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar claimed the 11 Republican lawmakers who wrote to the WNBA over Caitlin Clark's treatment from rival players are only getting involved because the Indiana Fever star is white. Clark has been targeted by opposing players across the league since the Fever chose her with the first pick of the 2024 WNBA draft. Throughout the first observers, but crucially not Clark, have questioned if there's a racial element to the incidents. It's a topic that was reignited when Alyssa Thomas of the Phoenix Mercury appeared to drive a closed fist into Clark's neck during a game in late June. After an intense backlash, Thomas was duly banned for one game after initially escaping without a flagrant foul. But the moment kickstarted 11 Republican lawmakers. This is what I heard about. 11 Republican lawmakers sent the WNBA commissioner Kathy Engelbert a letter saying they're concerned about the attacks on Clark, that they may be racially motivated. My first reaction to this letter was to check the calendar and make sure it wasn't April Fool's Day, he said. Clark is white and Thomas is black, and I guess that was enough for these intrepid lawmakers to decide the play might have been racially motivated. That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's 79. You guys may know this better than I. I mean, I don't know. I don't have ball knowledge. I don't have elite ball knowledge. Straight up. I don't got not ball knowledge. Okay? Who has the elite knowledge? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Is that his name? Was he born with that name? Was he born with that name? I'm kind of familiar with names like that. They don't always start like that. I don't know what the truth is here. You don't have to ask what race these 11 GOP Congress people are, as there are only 2 black Republicans currently in the House of Representatives. So forgive me if it strikes me as much more likely that, I don't know why I'm speaking like that, likely that the letter was racially motivated rather than the play. Not surprisingly, Thomas and her family subsequently received racist abuse threats. I mean, here's the thing. Maybe you could debate this endlessly and be like, no, it's racist, it's not. I wouldn't. But I would have one question for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Sir, in general, how would you estimate black people's feeling about white people? Or maybe a different question. Do you believe, something like that? Right? Like, I wouldn't debate. Like, am I going to get in a fight over this? You can endlessly debate this. I personally wouldn't have this question for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because it's like this conspiracy in people. They really think, I guess, that this country is out to get them. And the vast majority of people in this country are like scratching their heads, like, what else can I say? Like, we've given like everything, like bent over backwards. It's like killed, protests in the streets, like brainwashed generations for you. Brainwashed generations for you. Enacted one of the largest social human engineering efforts probably of human history, and tried to rewrite history itself to brainwash the incoming generations for you. Think about that for a second. They probably put in place and put in motion one of history's most multi-pronged brainwashing campaign. An obfuscation of history so that the future generations would think differently for you. So yeah, anyways. Because if this answer to that is no, none of that is happening, then yeah, that makes me think there's some racial bias against Caitlin Clark. Some, at least maybe some. What is thronged? Why are you LOLing at that? Thronged definition. Thronged describes a place, street, or area completely filled with a dense crowd of people. Throng. As an adjective, I try to avoid the thronged shopping streets. as a verb, the action of people gathering. Summer visitors thronged the coastal boardwalk. There you go. Bad heuristics, bro. All right, I'm going to crash out. I look at chat once. Bad heuristics, bro. Okay, it's time to crash out. So anyways, Caitlin Clark. What a mess. And what during White History Month, no less. Is she great? Honestly... One thing I don't know is she like great, like truly great? Is she okay? Is she amazing? What kind of basketball player is she actually? Anybody know? Anybody follow that stuff? WNBA. So, actually, what is up with Sneeko, man? Okay, no audio. Hold on, folks. There we go. Audio back. Do you remember this guy on the Lee Peterson show?
This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too.
Inshallah. Inshallah. You know, it's funny people side with the Muslims too. In a similar way. It's really funny actually. It's really weird to see. They hate like greatness. They hate the white man. They hate their home. And I'll see people just like, how do I put this? Like they just side in with the Muslims, like for no reason. In the same way they just side against Messi. For no reason. They had no reason. And they just see them shouting Inshallah, and you're like, yeah, I like that. I actually hate this. And whatever this is, whatever I'm pointing at could mean different things to these people. But it's like this basic. It's like white people, Europeans, they hate Americans, they hate English language, they hate all that. It's so strange. It's like spiritual. They have no reason to, and you can't hate them. Because it's like, it doesn't even make sense. Sneeko was born here, wasn't he? Where was Sneeko born? Where's this guy born? They love losers, Nick. I'm telling you, man. They love losers. Loser. Sneeko, real name Nicholas. What the? Real name Nicholas Ken DeBellis. Bro, 2 pathways for the anchor babies. There are 2 paths before you, the blue pill or the red pill. You could go blue pill. Oh, you know what? I need to be truly me. I got to stop faking it. I'm not white. I got to stop pretending. I'm me, Nicholas Gonzalez. Look at my last name. My mother spoke Spanish. Let's stop pretending. I'm a Colombian, and I have pride, racial pride, La Raza. And yeah, I'm an American Colombian, and you can never stop me from being blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, take that to its eventual conclusion. And I'm sorry, that'll never make sense to me. That'll never make sense to me. It's simple. You don't have to get all intellectual, anchor babies. I'm just who I really am. What's your home, dummy? What's your home? My home is... Then go to Colombia. Then go to Muslim land where Sneeko's from, wherever. Where he thinks he's from. Where your genetics, what my flesh says. Idiots. Idiots. Nuking their homes. Literally taking a dump in your home. Could you imagine taking a dump in your home? Just like in the middle? And just like pooping and pissing everywhere? Could you imagine doing that in your home? You wouldn't. No rational person would do that. But that's what these racialist anchor babies think. No, I'm like my parents. My home is the home of my parents. I'm truly what I like. No, you're not. You don't know what you're saying. It's like, where's the self-preservation? Are you even human? Are you even human? Or no, you're just like an ideology. Oh, that's what you are. You're an ideology. That's so weird to me. Are you even like a human being? Where's the self-preservation? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the survival instinct? This guy, so yeah, I don't even get this guy, Nicholas. There's two ways to be an anchor baby, folks. Was born in New York. This guy was born in New York City, New York, USA, September 8th, 1998. This is confirmed across sources, Wikipedia, ethnic celebs. Apparently, he was raised in New York with family ties to Brooklyn. He's of mixed Haitian paternal and Filipino maternal descent. Okay, so he's a Haitian-Filipino mixture here. That makes even less sense. Wait, what? Why is he being like this? He's gone full Muslim and he's been going viral lately. And I don't follow him at all. But I remember inviting him to the Lee Peterson show, and that was I thought it was a fine conversation. I didn't think he'd go down this path. And I gotta say, this has become like a legal political issue. What I'm saying is this can't stand. And it won't, because the tensions will rise and who knows what'll happen. But in a just world, in a just America, this guy would be deported. Oh, he's an American citizen. He is outwardly saying that he's a double agent. There is no country in the world where there isn't a dominant like religion and culture, and then there may be others, but there's no country in the world where there's not a dominant one. I'm just telling you the truth. And this guy is outwardly telling the government, U.S. government, that he's like a double agent. So and it's like what I'm saying is, I don't know if this is like a wake-up call. It's not a wake-up call. It's more like I'm describing what I think is a more closer reality than people are willing to think, because they're obviously out here just screaming and in an orgasmic moment, and it's like, here's what I'm trying to say. As he's out here yelling all this Muslim stuff, he's only saying it and doing it because of the American in him. Allow me to explain. He still thinks he's in this free speech America, and it's just like, no, all religions are free and only the best religion will win. And it's like bro, he still thinks this is that America. You understand what I'm saying there? And that's going to change, because the people are going to get angrier, and the tensions will rise, and I don't think it won't stay the same how he thinks, is what I'm saying. Think about the younger generations. They're not like their parents about following the rules, and no, but you still got to be a good person, though. You still have to be good. Like, you got to follow the rules, and no, they're saying kill these people. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with violence. I don't agree with anything. I'm just saying. So, I don't know what this guy's on. Like, how could that happen? I think personally he's just like found some sort of bandwagon, and now he has FU money. He doesn't care what actually happens to these countries. He's been to those Muslim countries. He doesn't want to go live there. But he's insulated even in those Muslim countries because of the money he has. I hear it's fine to have a lot of money in those Muslim countries. You're insulated from how crappy the rest is. So I don't think he cares. I think he has FU money and he doesn't care. And it's easy to bandwagon onto something else. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's your home. It's like those people there in church who are like, I don't love America. You don't have to be like, oh, America's ideals don't represent. It's just like your home. If it's not your home anymore, and you just hate your home, or it's like, I don't think this is my home, you better like figure it out. Otherwise, this is your home, and that's how you got to think about it. It's like, okay, how do I work my home out? But anyways, like, what the? It's your home.
You see, in America, the imams are trying to spread Sharia law in America. Name one.
God, they have.
Name one imam. Name one
imam
imam who's trying to bring Sharia law in America. Where?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Name one.
Live on your...
Tell me. You said you know 20,000.
Imams called for Sharia law in America.
You said you know 20,000. Can you tell me an imam who wants to bring Sharia law in America, please?
Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Okay, you just want to just be stupid now because you don't have an answer?
No.
Alex won that one.
I mean, my God.
Probably Mohammed, yeah. Probably Mohammed, yeah. Imam Mohammed. Just throw a dart.
I don't mean in a good way.
Throw a dart. Throw it at throw a dart at a. What am I talking about? I'm an anchor baby. I'm sorry. At a dartboard.
Crumbling. He is cracking up. He just doesn't have the constitution for this. He's mentally weak. And I knew that. And I knew I would destroy him. Look at what's happening. He is.
Wait, what am I watching here? Nick Fuentes says Sneeko is an evil, despicable. Whoa.
I don't mean in a good way. And I knew I would destroy him. Look at what's
destroy
happening.
him.
He is so pressed about what we're doing to him that he fled to Saudi Arabia. He goes, whenever I'm overwhelmed, I go to Saudi Arabia. Oh, is this overwhelming for you, my friend?
I don't know the drama, folks. I'm about to move on, but I'm going to let it run a little bit.
This is overwhelming for you? Whenever I get overwhelmed, I go and cry to the...
I mean, shout out Fuentes, right? Like, you guys know I like him. I've watched his stuff. I've seen some of his stuff. I don't follow it like this. I don't know what he's talking about. All right, I'll let it play with it.
In the cube in Saudi Arabia. Oh, is this overwhelming? Are we getting to you? Crashing out on Aiden Ross, crashing out on Clavicular, crashing out on everybody. Hasn't slept, looks like shit, totally descending. His finally catching up to him. Good. The physiognomy doesn't lie. Valiantly, heroically, maybe. That I've been told. You are an anti-hero, maybe.
All right. What motivates a neighbor?
The other day, I posted my location.
What even motivates a neighbor?
I'm going to be praying Qiyam by door 16 in the masjid if you guys want to come. Okay. And the people in Love Speech were saying, yo, Sneeko, be careful, they'll post your location. I'm like, I'm fine here, bro.
Allah. Okay, who cares? Oh, he responds to people calling for his deportation.
I find it funny how people who are calling to deport me, they've been saying this ever since I became Muslim. They're like,
it's just really low audio.
You would never live in a Muslim country. You would never live in a Muslim country. Like as if living in Medina is something horrible. Wallahi, I would love to live here. This is peace, and the first time I came here 3 years ago, really, it felt like seeing heaven on earth. It's the closest thing that I've ever seen to heaven on earth.
Look how beautiful. I want to live here.
Bro, what the hell? What is that in the background? That looks like... I mean, I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know what he's talking about, but you can have your dust. That's fine. I think that's fine, right? I think that's fine. You can have the dust. I'm just looking at these buildings back here. I'm like, wow, very brutalist. But maybe those are nice. I don't know. They don't look nice. I'll tell you that. They don't look nice from the outside. They look like... They look like the Colombian city skyline. It's like, dude. where are they? They look like these like high-rise apartment buildings that are like, they look kind of old. And okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least I live in the city, or I don't know. I've never been to Medina. It doesn't look nice. Those buildings in the background, I won't say they look nice in that video. But anyways, that doesn't make sense. Moving on.
Worst. I'm embarrassed we were ever friends. This guy is like the biggest faker of all.
Okay, no. I'm not gonna. No, we're not gonna do this. Look at this. Look at this. Wait a second. Who's commenting here? We got, we got, Buddy. This is commentary inception.
Time.
Who's the final commenter here?
Literally, look at this. Look at him. Really, dude.
Wait, is he fake crying?
He's honestly the worst. Literally, look at this. Look at what they did
against Nico and the.
We're not watching this video, folks. No, look at this. This is insane. Who's the final commenter here? We have like all the corners are filled up with talking heads. That's enough. That's enough. Holy. That's enough of that. Thank you for the coffee, someone. That's very generous. That's deep. That's generous. That's actually amazing. And thank you. What's up, Jules? How you been? Thanks for the support over there on rumble.com/American Anchor, baby. That looked like he was fake crying, but I don't know the drama, so I don't care. Yeah. Thank you for that, someone. Buymeacoffee.com/Anchor, baby. What can I say? Make sure you follow and subscribe. We're going to be here in the lab tomorrow again, but Friday style. Got some stuff planned. And then we're going to jump into Young Henry, and I don't want to hear a peep out of you. Okay, Young Henry is on his way to become a savage. He defeated the treacherous Black Peter last episode. Got his goodies. So we're rich. We're a great sword fighter. We're under the. We're moving up in the modern day Czech Republic in 14 whatever time period Henry's in for White History Month. So we're gonna jump into Young Henry's story tomorrow. Appreciate you tuning in. That'll be after Open Line Friday, the Hake Report, and of course, the Fallen State. So appreciate you tuning in, being subscribed, all your support. But did you guys see the Yak B mounted on the helicopter, on the fixed stand? Yak B. Watch this footage. Crazy footage for you. Here, watch. Dang. Did you guys see this? What you're seeing is it's this Yaku, what's it called? Yakushnikov. The Yakushev Borzov 12.7 millimeter machine gun. 4-barrel rotary heavy machine gun developed by the Soviet Union. Shooting 12.7 by 108 millimeter. Beast of a gun. Ridiculous force coming out of that barrel. Absolutely ridiculous. 4 barrels rotating. It's nuts. The thing is, they are MacGyvering it over there in Russia. They're like, okay, how about we take this helicopter mounted machine gun turret. Let's put it on the back of a truck and shoot it off of that. And they're like, yes, great idea. Except you didn't take physics. You missed the course on physics here. Look Look at what they did. They off-mounted it. What? They off-mounted it on a rotating pivot. And I'm not making this up. I'm not just pulling this out of my arse here as a armchair, you know, armchair referee. These are usually helicopter mounted. Pretty cool. And they thought to themselves, you know what would make a pretty good anti-aircraft, ground-to-air anti-aircraft gun? One of those puppies. And they've done it before successfully. Notice the difference here. Notice where the barrel is on this one. And by the way, look at that nice little thermal they got on that. They got it thermal. Look at this. That's thermal imaging. But look where they got the barrel mounted on this one. Central mounting. It's not offset to the side where the forces will make you recoil into a spin. So, I'm not just pulling this out of my arse. Look at this. Here's another truck mounted setup. And in here, the barrel is central to the pivot point. You understand what I'm saying here? I'm trying to get a good shot of it. You see, look. Central, not offset. And so they got a little bit of, you know, some units, you know, it's the orders come down and the units, they let them kind of, they get their engineers on it and they're like, okay, make it happen. Whoever did this one maybe was a bit of a YouTube engineer, I don't know. Offset barrel almost smokes his buddy. The force on that is incredible. It whips him up into the air. Whew. Almost smokes his buddy. And you know what? His buddy was the buddy here was almost even like he was like aware and awesome. Look at that. He almost look how close he was to dying here. He ducks perfectly. And you're like, okay, wow, what an awareness. What awareness. What courage, let's call it courage, to even stand up here like, okay, it's not gonna misfire or anything, like, okay, it's good. Call it stupid or whatever. But then all favor he earned, he kind of throws it away when he touches the hot barrel here. It's kind of hard to notice, but he's like, ah! Ah! Is that just me? I think he touched the hot barrel. That barrel is probably really hot. I mean, it's smoking, look. So he's kind of stopping the spin. Hey, you can't do it all, right? You can't do it all. You can't catch it all, right? You duck the spinning death trap. You may forget a couple of things here, right? Jeez. How frame perfect can we get it? Whew. That's shooting right over his head. Time to clock out. Call it a day. It's like, yeah, I'm going home. Boss, I'm clocking out early for this one. What a mess. Folks, that's all we got for today. Appreciate you being with me. And I hope you could be with us tomorrow for some Friday streaming here with the Anchor Baby. We done did the calls, the super chats. For now, take care. See you bright and early, soldiers, for the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Open Line Friday, the Hake Report, the Fallen State, and then we'll be together Thanks for today. Peace.